Hey there, friends. Today we are going to talk about using commas. Okay, so I know you have seen commas before. Maybe you have even used them. This is what a comma looks like, okay? I'm going to be telling you when you are supposed to be using commas. Now, just so you know, there are 4 different times when you can use commas. So let's see what those 4 different times are. So the first time that you can use a comma is commas are used in addresses. So an address is simply the location of something, where something is found. So your address could be where you live, or an address could be where your school is. Okay, let's read the sentence below, and I want you to read that one out loud, okay? It says, Miss Paula has a friend who lives in San Diego, California. And yes, that is true in case you were wondering. So, San Diego, California is an address. It is a location or the place where something is found. So, San Diego is the name of a city. California is the name of a state. So the comma would go between the name of the city and the name of the state, right there. Okay, so that's one place where you can use commas. What's the next one? Let's see. Commas are used in dates. Can you read that short sentence out loud? It says, today's date is May 19, 2020. Okay, so when you see that they give you the month, the date, and the year, the comma would go between the date and the year, right here. Now, there's a different way that you can show the date. Let's read this next sentence. Go ahead and read it. It says, today is Tuesday, May 19th. Now notice that in this sentence, they are telling you the exact day of the week, Tuesday. And they did not give you the year this time. So when you see the day of the week, and right after comes the month, you would write the comma between the day of the week and the month. Okay? So those are 2 ways that you can use commas. Let's see what the third way is. Commas are used to begin and end a letter. And you guys are pros at writing letters. Just last week you wrote an invitational letter, so you know how to use commas in letters. Read this little short letter that I wrote to Mr. Gann. Read it out loud. It says, Dear Mr. Gann, we hope you have a great day from 2nd grade. So we know that commas are used to begin letters. So this is where you would put your first comma. Dear Mr. Gann, comma, we hope you have a great day. Then we also know that you use a comma to end a letter. So this is where our other comma would go. From, comma, 2nd grade. So you use commas to begin and end letters. So what's the next way that we can use commas? This is the last way. And I will move myself down here. Okay. Commas are used to separate 3 or more things in a sentence. Commas are used to separate 3 or more things in a sentence. I want you to read this sentence out loud. Go ahead. It says, I went to the store and bought apples, cookies, and cheese. Oh, look, we listed 3 things in this sentence. So that means that we are going to place a comma right after each of those things. Let's see. I went to the store and bought apples, comma, cookies, comma, and cheese. Notice where the commas go. We named the first thing, then we wrote the comma. Then we named the second thing. Then we wrote the comma. Now, after cheese, we don't have to write a comma because we simply have our period. Okay, so now we are going to put this into practice. Let's move on, and now I need to move myself up again. This is basically everything that we just went through, so I'm just going to read it quickly. Follow along. Using commas. Commas are used in addresses. St. Louis, Missouri, 63119. Commas are used in dates. May 10, 1946. Or a different way to write the date is Thursday, December 16. Commas are used to begin and end a letter. Ooh, this is a really short letter. Let's see. Dear Grandpa, love, Tony. That was really short. Okay, and the last way we can use commas. Commas are used to separate 3 or more things in a sentence. Tony bought stamps, paper, and a pen. Notice where the commas are used. Now, when we are separating 3 or more things with commas, it doesn't necessarily have to be objects such as pens or apples or cookies or stamps. You could also be separating 3 names. For example, I went to the beach with Miss Cassidy, Miss Brenner, and Miss Paula. I listed 3 or more things in this sentence, so I would write a comma right after each of those names. Okay, now let's practice. So the directions at the top say, add commas to the letter where they are needed. All you have to do is you are going to help me figure out where the commas should go in this letter. I'm not going to ask you to take out your whiteboard and write this whole thing down because that would take a long time. So I am going to read this through, but I want you to be thinking where the commas should go. Now, I am already going to give you a hint. There are 4 places where there should be commas in this letter. So start looking for those places as I read through the letter. 307 Hillside Drive, Dallas, Texas, 75220. June 28th, 2011. Dear Marie, I will come to Texas for a visit in July. I hope we can go to a ranch again. I love riding. Could we go on a short trail ride? See you soon. Your cousin, Anna. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Pause this video if you need to and figure out where those 4 commas should go. Okay, so I am guessing that you paused the video and found all 4 commas. If you didn't find them, that's okay because I am going to show you right now. Ready? So 307 Hillside Drive, Dallas, Texas, 75220. Okay, this up here is the address. And we had said that in an address, you need to write a comma between the city and the state, or between the city and the country. And Dallas is a city. Texas is a state. So this is where we would write our first comma. June 28th, 2011. Remember that the comma always goes between the date and the year. All right, let's keep going. That's 2. We need 2 more. Dear Marie. Oh, that sounds like the beginning of a letter. Yep, comma. I will come to Texas for a visit in July. I hope we can go to a ranch again. I love riding. Could we go on a short trail ride? See you soon. Your cousin. That's the end of the letter. Comma, Anna. Did you get them right? If you did, nice job. You can pat yourself on the back. Okay, friends, that's it for today.